What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Ask Virtue, where we answer all of your burning fitness, nutrition, and lifestyle questions, right? So, this week's question was, how many times a week must I work out in order to see progress or to maintain my health, right? And the answer to that question is, it depends. So, I've forewarned you guys before on some previous Ask Virtues that it depends is going to be the answer to a lot of these questions, especially when it comes to working out, nutrition, and fitness, right? So, in order to delve more into the why behind it depends, I'm going to go ahead and steal from the American College of Sports Medicine's acronym FIT-VP. Okay, so when I talk with people about designing an exercise program, I kind of walk through this list in my head. Okay, so the first thing that we're looking for is frequency, right? So that's the first F in FIT-VP. Frequency. How many times, how many sessions a week can you realistically devote to your goal of exercising, staying in shape, getting fit, losing fat, gaining muscle, whatever your goal is? How many times a week can you realistically train? Okay, intensity. Intensity is one of those things that is either going to be how heavy is the bar, how hard are you training subjectively, or how fast are you going if you're doing something more cardiovascular based like running or rowing or riding a bicycle. The time and the duration, or the time or duration of each session, right? So how much time are you able to, or are you willing to devote to each individual training session during that week, right? So if you can work out 3 times a week, well, how much or how much time do you have to devote to those 3 workouts a week? Is it an hour long each day, or is it 90 minutes each day? How long are you able to actually train for those 3 sessions? The next thing that we need to think about is what activity or what type of exercise are you going to be doing? What is the best investment? What is going to give you the best return on investment for your time in the gym? The next thing that we're going to talk about is volume, right? That V. So how much actual exercise are you doing within that time window? And then progression is simply just making sure that every time that you come to the gym, you're getting at least 1% better. Okay, so that's the acronym FIT-VP. All right, so those are some things that I think of when I design an exercise program and I'm chatting with people that are interested in starting to exercise again after they've taken a long break or have never exercised before in their life. Okay, so that is the why behind the answer. It depends. Now I can go over some general guidelines for a couple of different kinds of people. Please keep in mind that this is based more on just the average person that just wants to look good, feel good, and move well. Okay, so with that in mind, the first person that we're going to talk about is going to be the person that is new to exercise, coming off of a layoff, okay, or you haven't trained for probably 3 to 6 months, maybe more. Okay, that person, what we're looking at is 3 times a week, so 3 sessions a week of some type of metabolic resistance training. Okay, so that's going to be the type of exercise that we're discussing. We just talked about the frequency. All right, so we're going to try 3 sessions a week. The time or the duration of each bout of exercise that we're looking to accomplish is going to be within the 45 to 90 minute range. All right, anything past 90 minutes is going to be more counterproductive. More is not necessarily better when it comes to this. And then 45 minutes seems to be that sweet spot when it comes down to training duration, right? How much time per session are you willing to devote? And once again, metabolic resistance training, what does that even mean, right? That sounds really fancy. So in plain English, what we're looking to do is we're looking to lift weights quickly, okay? We're going to go from muscle group to muscle group. We're going to alternate exercises. We're going to make sure that you're doing something the entire 45 to 90 minutes of your training session, right? So you'll do one exercise and then you'll move immediately to the next exercise, and then you'll rest like maybe 60 seconds to a minute, and then you'll repeat that process, and then we'll go to a whole new list of exercises. So your heart rate is getting elevated and you're still training with weights, okay, or body weight. From there, what we're looking to do is that person is going to see great progress doing 3 times a week at that 45 to 90 minute range. Okay. However, if you're someone that's been working out on and off consistently for the last year and you want to improve your body composition just a little bit more, now we need to actually increase the frequency of your exercise. Okay. Now for that person that is moderately fit, right? We're starting to look into the 5 to 6 sessions a week, or 5 to 6 total hours a week of exercise. Okay, so what does that look like? What does that training week look like for that person? What I have found and what I feel is the best for health, fitness, looking good, feeling good, is we're looking still at that 3 times a week, or those 3 sessions of metabolic resistance training, right? So you're doing some type of weightlifting, where you're getting your heart rate elevated for that 45 to 90 minutes. From there, we start to break things down into intervals. Okay, so high intensity interval training. What that means is you're going really, really hard for 10 to 30 seconds, and then you're resting, twice as long, 3 times as long as as you were doing that hard interval, right? So if it took me 30 seconds to run really hard, then it's going to take me 90 seconds, so a minute and a half, 2 minutes worth of rest where I'm recovering, and then I'm going to hit it hard again for that time, for that 30 seconds. Okay, so doing some type of high intensity interval training will give you a great bang for your buck exercise when it comes down to improving your body composition and just feeling good. Okay, you can do that on the rower, you can do that on an exercycle, you can do kettlebell swings, there's a number of different modalities or types of exercise that you can choose for that high intensity interval training. It just needs to get done. Okay, the remainder of that time, so we just basically went over what 4 of your sessions would look like. The remainder of those sessions, 5 and 6, would be some type of low intensity, and I mean low intensity duration exercise. This would be something like taking a long walk, right? There's great benefit and great value to taking a long walk outside of just burning calories, and I'll go into that later if you want, but for right now I'm just going to ask you to trust me that going on those long walks is extremely beneficial from a health standpoint as well as a fat loss standpoint. Okay, so that would be what those last 2 hours or those 2 bouts of exercise would look like: a long walk or a low level intensity exercise of some kind where you're just continuously going for the remainder of that time. Okay, so kind of to sum things up and bring things back around, we're looking for 3 times a week, 3 bouts a week for if you're just starting to get into this thing or you're getting back into it, and then up to 5 times a week, 5 or 6 times a week if you're relatively advanced, you've been doing this consistently for a good while, and you're looking to improve your body composition and maintain peak levels of health, fitness, performance without taking away from your life. Okay, so questions, comments, concerns, complaints, I want to hear about them. Please like and share this post, and comment down below with your questions for next week. Guys, thanks so much for watching.